Hey everybody, it's Irritable Life, and I am back with another motivational video for today. I'm hoping to keep this a little bit short because I got a little bit of a toothache that comes and goes, and I can't really do anything about it right now. Um, so today's quote that I saw, I usually take my quotes from this inspirational card deck that I have and this inspirational quote app that I have on my phone, and also, of course, my favorite, which is the Spanish newspaper, the Especialito. So I take it from that and I translate it from Spanish to English, and I really love them. But today's quote is a really good one, and it is: give the gift of your absence to those who don't appreciate your presence. And that's a really good one these days because, man, I mean, we're all, um, we're all, we have to quarantine ourselves, right? We're in self quarantine right now. And, we crave human connection, and sometimes there's some people like myself, I'm a bit of a homebody, and I do have tendencies to be a loner. And this just is just from, experiences I've had in the past. It doesn't mean that I'm, antisocial, but I do prefer to go into my turtle shell at times. And that quote it's a really good quote because you learn who's in times that are when times get tough, you really learn who's there for you. You learn who's important in your life and who's not. And it can be hard to come to that realization, but it's necessary. And unfortunately, when times are tough, when you're at your lowest, you do find that out. And it's good that you do because then you can move on. In this case, we're craving connection with other people. We're craving, phone calls, emails, texts, video chats. We're craving all that because we're in isolation. We have to be home right now. So, aside from working from home, or going out for groceries, what else are you doing? Maybe you're taking up a hobby or something like that, but you still crave to be around people, you know? And you're not even if you do go outside for groceries, you can't really, you have to keep that 6 feet, social distancing, which is extremely important. And you have to do this, of course. But, depression may come into play if you already have depression. It may heighten your depression and make you feel lonely. It can be, these are tough times for so many different reasons. And, it can really wreak havoc on your mental health. For me, I'm kind of used to it. Like I said, I'm always working and stuff. So, you know, I, I've gotten used to just being in the zone. But I have reached out, I have reached out, people have reached out to me and stuff, but both in the past and in the present, in all stages of life, you're always going to experience someone who doesn't appreciate your presence, who doesn't appreciate you for who you are, who doesn't give you the time of day, or maybe did in the beginning and doesn't anymore, for whatever reason, maybe whether it's friendship, relationships, family members, coworkers, we can grow apart for so many different reasons just because you have grow older and have different tastes, or maybe somebody said something to a person and instead of getting to know you, they distance themselves. It's happened. It's happened to, maybe it hasn't happened to you. I mean, a ton of stuff has happened to me in the past, and you just learn to deal with it and move on. I'm a little bit more cautious. I have my walls up, so to speak, because of so many different things. But I, recently have tried not to be that way, at least with friends, as far as inviting friendship into my life. But even then, if you reach out and if you try to be somebody's friend, does that mean that you have to keep pushing if they're pulling away, if they're not interested? No, definitely not. This can be with friendship, with coworkers. You don't need that kind of rejection. You don't need that kind of treatment. You know, give the gift of your absence to those who don't appreciate your presence. If you're absent, if you just give them their space, maybe they're going through something. That could also be the case. That's happened. You know, some people are busy, some people have so many things going on. And with this going on right now, you know, there could be a lot of frantic people out there trying to calm themselves. Maybe they're taking a week of silence. You know, Deepak Chopra needed to go into his little hideaway in order to decompress. You know, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's what they need to do. And that's totally fine. But if you're reaching out and you're not getting that connection, you're not getting that response like, "Hey, how you doing? You know, I see that you posted this, you know, how are you feeling?" Or it's your birthday today, or "Hey, I saw this work anniversary," or gosh, so many situations that people go through, anniversaries and milestones and issues in life. You're going to reach out just to see how they're doing, but sometimes they're not going to respond to you, you know, and that's okay. You know, you can try again in another situation. You know, I've done that in the past. You know, I try again when I've seen milestones or posts, and when I haven't gotten that response back, I'll try a few times more. If I get the response back eventually, I will keep the communication going. If I'm not getting anything in return, I'm definitely not going to keep pushing, because it's obvious that they're not appreciating you for who you are. They're not interested. And that's fine. You know, as far as friendship, it happens. Due to health issues, I have distance myself from a lot of people, unfortunately. You know, they may not understand what you're going through. Maybe in a future time they'll understand and you'll reconnect. And that's happened too, both for myself and other people. You know, it just happens. You wish them well and you move on. You know, it's the same thing with family. Sometimes they're not going to understand what you're going through, or may not have the right words or be able to really comfort you in your time of need, because they don't know how, if you're dealing with a depression or anxiety or something like that. But there's others that will. You know, you're always going to find somebody who will be there for you. And then, of course, you have times where they won't. You know, and the same goes for coworkers. You know, you can reach out, you can joke around, you can have fun. You know, that's all cool. You can hang out. You know, I've had coworkers in the past where, you know, we've gone out, we've had some bonding time, and that's awesome. But that's where it ends. You know, it doesn't extend beyond that, and I'm okay with that. You know, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect, and this applies to in that situation as well. You know, if you're reaching out and you're not getting anything in exchange, that's totally fine. You wish them well in your heart. Namaste, and move on. So you can finally close the door on those people that don't appreciate who you are, and find people that do, that appreciate your presence and every beautiful thing that you have to offer. I mean, maybe you have those people now, and all you need to do is step away from those people so that you can see what's right in front of you and the people that have been there all along. I know that I'm personally blessed with that. You know, that's the other thing. Aside from giving the gift of absence, don't change who you are. Everything that you like, everything that you love, I mean, that's who you are. I love cooking. I love baking. I love DDP yoga. You know, I love my essential oils. I love Marvel movies, DC, as superhero stuff, Comic-Con. I'm a nerd. I love it. I love everything about it. You know, I love, you know, cheesy movies. And, you know, I love the 80s. You know, these are things I'm not going to change. You know, if I meet new people, of course, you know, I'm going to see what they're into. And, you know, if I like it, great, we can share that. You know, I'll share what I like and they share what they like. And then sometimes you end up, you know, really enjoying other things aside from what you're used to. But definitely don't change who you are to impress anybody else just to keep them in your life. It's just not worth it. And don't worry about the ones that you let go. That's just you making more space and time for those that are presently in your life, and for new people in the future that will really appreciate your presence, your time, and your whole beautiful self. So I hope this made sense. I hope this was good. I hope this helped somebody. I'll be back later this week again, hopefully with another motivational video. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. See ya.